Good morning. Parasites warning signs. Big problem in many countries. Big problem in the United States. Simply, what if your stomach problem you thought was food poisoning lasted for weeks? Diarrhea kept coming back. What if the bloating, abdominal cramps, and loss of appetite were not simply because of your sensitive stomach? Could be parasite. This problem, I have it with a lot of my patients in my 30 years of working and practicing medicine. So in this video, I will explain it to you, and we are going to separate fact from fear and how you deal with it. If you are interested, let us have a look. Welcome again. My name is Dr. Magid, and this is your channel, Medicine Simply. I hope that our channel is beneficial for you and explaining to you the medicine in a simple way that anyone can understand. Now, why are many Americans suddenly talking about intestinal parasites in summer 2026? The answer is connected to a growing public health concern involving something called Cyclospora. It is a microscopic parasite that can cause a prolonged intestinal infection. But before you panic, there is something extremely important to understand. Having diarrhea doesn't mean that you have a parasite. Bloating, gases, doesn't automatically mean you have worms. Fatigue alone is not proving a parasitic infection. Even anemia is not proving that there is a worm inside your intestine, and even if you have blood in the stool, it doesn't mean that you have a big problem or a parasitic problem in your gut. And here is the confusion. People are searching online parasite cleans, herbal products, detox drinks, while many actually need proper medical testing. Actually, people in the United States or in Europe think always that parasites come from foreign countries. If I travel to foreign country, African country, South American, I can pick a parasite. But nowadays, with the worldwide spread of all food types, you can have it home and you don't know. And if this is really an outbreak of cyclosporiasis in the United States, what is cyclosporiasis? Cyclosporiasis coming from a microscopic parasite. We call it in medicine, difficult name a little bit, Cyclospora cytinesis, that can infect the intestine. The infection is usually associated with contaminated food or contaminated water. The symptoms can be especially disruptive because they may not disappear quickly, and people can experience watery diarrhea, abdominal cramps, bloating, nausea, fatigue, and loss of appetite, and sometimes blood in stool. And for some people, the illness can be continuous for weeks. That's why this outbreaks has created so much fear, because it takes weeks. Many people, even when hear the word parasite, they imagine something dramatic, unusual, like a virus. No. It's a weak organism. This Cyclospora is different from popular image of intestinal worms. It is a microscopic organism, and you cannot really diagnose it simply by looking at your symptoms. This means if you have some diarrhea, if you have some problems, some bloating, and the dramatic social media claims make the problem more. The lesson is simple. Follow, provide public health updates, not a viral panic that we had a few years ago, and take care of the symptoms. And in 1 week, you lose weight. This caused by prolonged illness or reduced food intake because you don't have appetite. But here is the important point. Those symptoms are not unique with parasites. They can also happen with viruses, with bacteria, with food intolerance, with food poisoning, with inflammations, with some medication side effects, even antibiotics, and many other medical conditions. This is why self-diagnosis can be dangerous. A person may see a list of symptoms online and immediately say, I have a parasite. But symptoms are clues. They are not a laboratory diagnostic. So, when we have to go to the lab and when we have to go to the doctor, if diarrhea is severe, persistent, or keeps returning, comes this week, 3 days, nothing, and then comes back, it is worth speaking with a healthcare professional. You should seek an urgent medical help. If these developing signs are severe, you have to go to doctor directly. Otherwise, you can get into dehydration, such as a very little urination, extreme weakness, confusion, fainting, inability to keep fluids down, vomit, blood and stool, severe abdominal pains, high fever, or rapidly worsening symptoms also required medical evaluation. I don't want you to fear, but I'm telling you the most dangerous complication can happen. So, especially by older adults, by young children, by people with weak immune system, whatever the cause, with people with seriously underlying health conditions like severe high blood pressure, diabetics, may you have to go to the doctor earlier. Now, how parasitic infections are actually diagnosed? Most of people say stool tests. Many online videos say oversimpling the subject. Sorry for my colleagues, they're doing this. There is no single universal test can detect all parasites. The correct test depends on your symptoms, traveler history, of course, possible food or water exposure, and the specific infection your healthcare provider or your doctor suspect. One commonly used approach is a stool test. Stool examination, look for a parasite with the eggs and the ova. We call it ova and parasite OP test. But the timing of testing matters. What will happen if the worm doesn't lay eggs? We will see nothing. Some parasites are not continuously presenting in every stool sample. So what we have to do? 2 or 3 different stool samples in 1 week. And in some cases, like Giardia lumpia as example, which is a very famous parasite, we have to do an antigen test in the blood. The key point is, a routine test designed for one organism is not automatically test for every parasite. If your symptoms continue and the first test is negative, your healthcare provider may decide additional tests for you. There is a funny question I received. Can I buy a parasite test online? The better question is, what infection is actually suspected and which test is designed to detect it? Is there any simple herbal or food that can protect us from parasite infection? What about foods like garlic, ginger, pumpkin seeds, cloves, and high fiber foods? Those foods can be part of a healthy diet. They may support overall nutrition and digestive health, but they should not be presented as a guaranteed cure of a confirmed parasite infection. In other words, they're helping you at the prophylaxis, they're helping your body to kill the parasite when entered, but if the parasite is inside and did infestation in your stomach, it is not easy that they will work like tablet. Last, what you can do to reduce risk. You don't need to live in a fear of food, but basic food safety habits matter. Wash your hands thoroughly, as we used by COVID time. Use safe drinking water as possible. And remember that washing produce cannot eliminate all the hazards. I give you an example. When you wash your salad, my wife washes the salad with vinegar and sometimes with lemon. This can also damage a little bit if there is infection. And of course, hot water. Don't wash with a cold water because hot water can kill more organisms. And by the way, the parasite is a weak organism. It can be killed by some vinegar and can be killed by acids. And by the way, most of the people taking antacids due to reflux, esophagitis, whatever, they suffer more. Why? Because antacids reduce the amount of the stomach acid. If you reduce the amount of the stomach acid, you are killing your first defense against parasites. And this is proven. So I don't want you to change your medication. You have to discuss with your doctor. But decrease the amount. Eat healthy. Enjoy your life. And don't forget the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake is that every digestive system is a parasite. This is wrong. The second biggest mistake is no parasite can ever be diagnosed even after the first test is negative. I hope that this video is beneficial for you, and if it is beneficial, spread it please to your friends to decrease the fear of this outbreak as we can. Write for me a comment or any question about this fresh subject. Who is with you, Dr. Magid, Medicine Simply.